I guess everyone's sort of talking about this, so I'm going to ask you. Maybe you're not paying attention, maybe you are. The college football playoff rankings. Do you think Miami's spot is fair? Do you try to ignore it? Do you sort of have to look at it? How do you view that whole thing?
What's our spot?
Oh, sorry, you moved up from 16 to, sorry, from 18 to 15.
Oh, yeah, sure. I don't know. Again, I kind of talked about it last week, but all we can do is just continue to win. So that's really all we can control, and just trying to execute each and every day, and then ultimately on Saturday go out there and put up more points than our opponent. So again, where we get ranked is somewhat in our control, somewhat out of our control, but again, not our worry. Is we move on throughout the week in these last three games.
Adam, we'll go over to you.
Hey Carson, hope you're doing well. Just looking at the last two games, Keelan Marion's had, some really big games, had that really big play against Syracuse. Just how have you seen him kind of keep working? I'm sure he didn't have the kind of start of the season that he would have, loved. So how have you seen him continue to work, and what does he do that makes him just, so dangerous when and you have the ability to make big plays?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, obviously, Keelan is an older guy, a transfer guy that's come in that obviously I have a lot of trust and confidence in. And the last two games, really, like you said, he's jumped out. He's made a lot of big plays, especially on third down in that SMU game for sure. But obviously, having the big touchdown against Syracuse was a big moment for him, and I was super excited for him. But he shows up every single day and just comes to work. And again, you can see all the success and why it's happening because of the work that he puts in. Again, there's so much talent on this offense that you don't know when someone's going to explode. You don't know who's going to show up and show out each and every Saturday. So obviously, the past 2 weeks, he's been able to step up kind of in that place of CJ being out, and then obviously there's some other young guys that have been able to too. But just highlighting him, he's definitely been able to step up for us the past couple of games.
And you mentioned, hitting him a couple times on third downs. Is there like a level of trust that has to be there? Like, I know this guy's gonna be open on this play. Like, I can get it at him on these third downs, or is it just like, oh, here's my read, he's open, and it's kind of coincidence?
I wouldn't say coincidence, but it goes hand in hand. There's both, obviously, and third down, you get a good mix of man, zone, just kind of crazy looks, right? Like that's when defenses are trying to stop you the most, obviously, and can put on their rush packages and different third down packages that they want to do and prepare against you. So again, third downs, it does take a lot of trust because a lot of the throws, there's pressure. They're bringing five, six people. They're trying to mix up the coverages and try to confuse me. So having that trust and knowing that those guys are going to be in the right spots to where I'm throwing it with anticipation where they can catch it in the area that they're supposed to and that I'm not late on certain throws is a huge part. And obviously as we continue to build this chemistry throughout the season, he's really been able to show up these past 2 weeks, kind of like I just said.
Go over to Manny Navarro next.
Hey Carson, got a football question and a non-football question. I'll ask the non-football one first. Do you have a favorite restaurant or something here in South Florida? A favorite meal that you like to get off campus? I'm doing something kind of fun with a bunch of athletes in South Florida since we got the World Cup here in a couple months.
Yeah. Oh, hmm. I feel like there's so many good places, but if I had to pick one, I would pick Gecko. Gecko is fire. It's like a little Japanese steakhouse. The sushi there is absolutely dope. Absolutely love it. And yeah, I don't know. There's like 10 different places that I could pick, but that's the first one that comes to mind and probably one that I've been to the most since I've been down here.
Anything particular you get there? Like something you'd
Um,
recommend?
yeah, so their tuna roll is really good, and then I normally just get a fillet. Their steak is also really good, but I mean, so I'm allergic to shellfish, so I can't do shellfish and stuff like that. But obviously, the people that I've been with that have gotten it have said that's amazing too. So I think everything on the menu is really, really good, in my opinion.
Appreciate it. And then my football question is just related, and I know penalties is always a touchy subject, but I did the research, I looked it up. Your offensive line's been called for holding 10 times. Your opponents have only been called for holding 4 times all season. You go up against that defense every single day. Does that kind of stat blow you away when you got a Ruben Bain and Akeem Mesidor and those guys that come after the quarterback and the opponents have only been called for holding 4 times?
I mean, probably. I mean, I don't really watch their side of the ball much of what could or couldn't be called, right? But again, I don't really know the rules as a ref for why they throw it or why they don't, right? Obviously, I can tell you an obvious holding call and what that looks like, but I don't know. Sometimes it goes our way, sometimes it doesn't, and we can't sit there and think about that. We just have to overcome it if that is the case. But again, we can't sit there and think about penalties too much.
Appreciate it.
Do two more quick ones. Jordan, we'll start with you.
Yeah, hey Carson. The first off, NC State, just what stands out about their defense?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, you look at them the past couple of weeks, and their whole team in a whole seems to be rolling. They're really hot. They've knocked off some pretty good teams, and their defense flies around the ball. They got a lot of guys up front in that front seven that they fly around. They swarm the ball. They're going to mix up different coverages again. I mean, every team does, but they mix up coverages. They try to confuse the quarterback with different pressures and things of that sort. So, and then obviously the third down plan, they're going to challenge you, try to get up in your face. Maybe man you up a little bit, switch it up in zone. Obviously, we don't know until we get to game time exactly what they're going to try to do for us. But again, I think we have a good plan going into the week, and just like it is every single week, it'll be more about us than the opposing side of the ball.
And then curious for you, last regular season home game for you this week. Just want to know if you could just reflect on your time thus far in Miami. What has stood out and sort of your decision to come here? What has stood out the most to you about your time here?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Obviously, I'm super blessed, thankful, and grateful for the opportunity to have been able to come down here just after the injury and surgery and everything that I have kind of gone through this year. It's been crazy. So to play my last regular season home game will be a lot of fun, and obviously looking forward to it.
We'll do last question from Andrea Adelson. Go ahead, Andrea.
Carson, kind of as a follow-up to the ranking, have you felt any sort of like increased sense of urgency at practices since SMU, knowing that you're essentially in a playoff right now, knowing that every game kind of is a must-win to be able to keep your playoff hopes alive?
In a sense, I guess, but again, I think for us, the shift in focus has kind of just gone back to going out there and playing loose and not. I feel like thinking in a way of saying like, "Oh, this is must win. This is must win," is like makes you stiff. It makes you tense, and that's bad ball. Like that's bad. That's not the way football is meant to be played. It's meant to be played loose, having fun. Out there flying around, right? So that's where our mindset is going out there, just be loose and have fun. Like again, there's only 3 guaranteed opportunities. I've been saying this since the very first game, and you don't know when that last time that you get to run out on that field is. So just taking every, moment in as it comes and going out there and just, again, having fun as a team and trying to execute to the best of our ability.
Awesome.
Thank
We
you.
got offensive lineman Anez Cooper up next.
Appreciate y'all.
Oh,
Manny, we'll start with you.
Hey, Inez. I just asked Carson the same question. I know it's kind of off topic for football, but do you have a favorite restaurant in South Florida, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and a favorite dish that you get from that restaurant?
uh, probably Flanagan's. Me and the old line. Well, most of us go out to eat like every like Thursday, and we just pick between like Flanagan's the little seafood spot called Crafty Crabs. And probably the favorite dish is probably the honey barbecue chicken tenders that we get. The Rocket Railroads. I think them pretty good too. So they're probably like that's what we get the most as like. So we get like 4 plates of like Rocket Railroads. So that's what we do when we go out.
All right. Appreciate the recommendation, brother. Thank you.
Is there?
Go to Jordan McPherson next. Jordan.
Yeah, hey, and as CC and Mario and a couple others are telling us that you were one of the main guys barking for CC to be able to get the touchdown pass or the touchdown play. Can you just take us through just everything going on in there and just the excitement level when the play got called?
It was just we thought like because every time we finna like we talk about it. I mean, we work it every practice or every week, going to practice for like 2 3 years now since he been here. So when we seen the moment for it, we was like, so we ran the one with Carson. We was like, oh, we might well try to run that one. So when it came, we came out there in another formation that wasn't like the formation for the play. And then me and Cece were like, oh, like, da, 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 da. Then they called the timeout. Then we walked to the sideline, and me and him screaming like, let's run Uso, let's run Uso. Then they still like the coaches win. They were like in between. And we still just kept on saying, yeah, we got to run Uso. And I walked to the coach like, yeah, coach, we need to run Uso. Then they called it. Then it happened. Then that was a good thing for my boy Cece.
And then just curious your thoughts, the offense overall. You guys slow start the first quarter and a half or so, and then you guys really just took off. What flipped, and what does it take to be able to get off to maybe quicker starts than you have?
I mean, just like we always preach, like we don't know what play or what time in the game it'll spark somebody, it'll spark us for the offense. We don't really go out there and just be like, oh, we're gonna start slow, or oh, we're gonna start fast. I mean, we just go with the game. If we gotta go out of there, punt first drive and punt another drive, we just go back to the sideline and just be like, we gotta get the next drive. So we always just push on what happened on that Pacific drive. I feel like what sparked for us though was the screen when we ran the screen with freshman Dalen and James went out there and hit the dude. I feel like that sparked up. They gave us a spark plug for the offense. So I feel like that would lit us up last game to get us going.
Go over to Matt Shadell next. Matt.
Yeah, hey Anez. So I did a minor amount of research. But last year your offensive line averaged 5.5 yards a carry. This year 4.2. The running backs are getting 3.02 yards per carry. That's according to Pro Football Focus, whatever that's worth. So I'm just wondering, is the run blocking, do you think there's that it's good enough? Do you think there's a way to make it better? If you don't think it's good enough, sort of what's going on with the run blocking and the run game? If you can talk about that just a little bit.
I don't really. I just as a whole O-line unit, tight end, receiver, whoever blocking on the run play, we just go out there and try to do our job. We don't really like worry about too much focus on how many yards we get a run. We just go out there and try to execute a play. So if the play work, the play work. If it don't, it don't. So that we just focus on just going out there and try to execute whatever being called and block the scheme that we got to do. So
Go over to Adam Lichtenstein next. Adam.
Hey, Anez, first things first, and most importantly, great call on Flanagan's. That's the move. Um, great call. Second, though, looking ahead to Saturday, last regular season game at Hard Rock. What has this time at Miami meant to you? What stands out about, your 4-year tenure at UM, and what makes it special?
I feel like it's very special because when I was a high school and I ain't have no offers of nobody to commit to. I'm just happy that Mario just brought me in and he just believed in my ability. He just seen something in me that a lot of coaches didn't see. So I mean, the time here been great. It was brand new, something for me to see because I ain't really see a lot of this stuff that I'm seeing now from being from Alabama. So it was. I mean, it been good. I'm happy. I mean, it came fast. It got over fast. Man, I was just a freshman, and I look up now. I'm playing my last game at Hard Rock. I mean, it's emotional. I'm gonna be emotional when I walk out there. My last time gonna be running through that tunnel, so it's gonna be very emotional. So I'm just trying to take it all in and just get ready to get these wins with my boys.
Awesome. We'll finish it up with Luca.
Hey, and it's just back to the run game real quick. Last week you got Gerard in there a little bit. He gets in. How effective have you guys been able to be? 4 different backs now this season that you guys have been able to get, out on the field and force some big chunk plays.
I feel like it's been good having like all backs with different abilities. I feel like Pringle, he did come in and do his job very good when he's being called on. He's very quick and explosive. When he sees something, he ready to hit it right now. So I feel like Pringle did do a good job when the games he been in and score. So I feel like it's just always good to have backs that got different personalities and different abilities because you can always switch it up. Certain plays can be made for like certain backs and stuff. So I feel like that's good playing that we got all those backs that can do all different things.
Awesome. Thanks, Anez. And next up, we have wide receiver Malachi Toney. Anybody at all? Manny, we'll start with you.
Hey Malachi, how's it going? I've been asking all the players this because I'm doing something fun for the World Cup here in a couple months. Favorite restaurant in South Florida, man, and what do you get there? What's your favorite thing to eat there? Why would you recommend it?
Favorite restaurant. Probably Island Teens, oxtails and rice.
Oxtails and rice. All right, I've had island things before. What is it specifically? I mean, is it different? What makes it different maybe from some other ones?
I just like the oxtails and rice. That's really it.
Okay. Appreciate you.
Go over to Adam Lichtenstein next, Adam.
Hey Malachi, thanks for getting me hungry by mentioning oxtail and rice. Just looking ahead to NC State, just what stands out about their defense?
What stands out about NC State defense is their execution, the way they chase the ball and finish plays.
And obviously, had a fantastic freshman year. It's gonna be your last home game, at least in the regular season at Hard Rock. Just, what is the last couple months, last, year or so, what has that meant to you? What's been special about it?
It means a lot. That God allowed me to come this far. It's a lot of people that want to be in my shoes, but He put me here for a reason. It's really just a blessing. It's all like a dream come true.
Go over to Jordan McPherson next, Jordan.
Yeah, hey Malachi, how did it feel to throw a touchdown pass at the college level after obviously you had to do that a bunch last year? Just when the play call happened, just what was your reaction? How did it feel to get that play done?
We've been practicing that play for about 5 weeks, probably. Well, the whole season, I'll say, but to actually go out there and run it, it felt great. It was a lot of mixed emotions. When he called it, I was like, "Oh yeah, let's go." I can't overthrow him, underthrow him. It got to be perfect. So when I caught it, rolled out, I threw it, and then I had did the Cam Ward, his celebration.
Definitely, that was good. Yeah, and wanted to ask you about CJ Daniels. Obviously, he hasn't played the last couple weeks, but we see him on the sidelines. Mario, Coach Cristobal mentioned how he's basically acting like an assistant coach out there. How beneficial is that to have a guy like that who, even when he's not playing, he knows what he can do to help you guys be in the best position you can be?
It's great because he know the game of football. His perspective from everywhere counts. Even when he's on the field, he's out there coaching while you're on the field. So to come back to the sideline and be like, "Hey, CJ, what you seeing on this? What I could have did?" It's just a great. It's just great.
Go over to Matt Shadell next, Matt.
Yeah, hey Malachi. So I don't know how much you guys pay attention to the college football playoff poll or rankings. But you guys being ranked 15th, you were ranked 18th before it. Did you feel a lot of people are sort of just overlooking you guys for some reason? And what are sort of your feelings on sort of this whole chase for the playoffs thing?
That's out of our control. We control what we can control. We just stay focused on playing the best Miami Hurricane football week by week.
Awesome. Thanks, Malachi. Go ahead, Manny.
Hey, Francis, doing a fun thing with you and all your teammates, asking you guys for favorite restaurants in South Florida, favorite food, and why you would recommend it.
Uh, Favorite restaurant. My favorite Miami restaurant is currently closed. Havana Harry's.
Oh,
Uh,
really? Okay.
yeah, big fan of their tostones.
Okay. Any reason why? I mean, do you have any of that stuff back home that it's similar or?
Yeah. It reminds me of home. Especially with the plantains and the rice and beans. We're big on rice and plantains too back at home. So it reminds me good about home.
Akeem Mesidor gave me some breakfast spots in the Grove. Any breakfast spot for you?
Breakfast spot. I'm not really a breakfast guy, but if I would say breakfast, I go to what's it called? It's right down here, Deli Lane. How you know?
Okay. What what do you get there?
I always get the corned beef hash. Us Polynesian are big on corned beef, canned corned beef, and it's
Mhm.
it's the best.
All right. Appreciate you.
Good. Jordan McPherson next, Jordan.
Yeah, hey CC, just curious now that it's been a few days, just what's been the reception or reaction to your touchdown? How many messages did you get? Were there any that in particular that stood out?
Yeah. After the touchdown, I just knew my Instagram spot would pop out, but other than that, it's a good touchdown. You know what I mean? But my whole goal is running somebody over, and for the end, and accomplish that. But now is moving on to the next opponent.
Yeah, and with the next opponent, just what stands out about NC State's defense on film? Obviously, I mean, they have a couple big wins this year, even if their season hasn't gone the way they wanted to overall.
Yeah, they're one of the most physical and the most outstanding team defensively. I've seen film on number 8 and the other DNs, and they all play hard. They all got now is like the coach said from 2 years ago is culture versus culture.
Go over to Adam Lichtenstein next. Adam.
Hey, Cece. So, obviously you'll have some, decisions to make after the football season, but if this is, your last time running out, at Hard Rock, just what has this time at Miami meant to you? What's been special about the last 3 years, and what have you, I guess, taken from the last couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, Hard Rock is that's home. Always will be home. Fortunately, this is gonna be. Hopefully, this is gonna be the last time to play at Hard Rock. Hopefully, not. Yeah, in the future. I mean, but it's it means a lot. I mean, spend all my 3 years over here. Has been home, and that locker room will always place a special place in my heart.
What was it especially tough? I mean, obviously coming so far. I mean, so obviously so far from American Samoa. I know you were already at IMG, but like just being on basically the other side of the world and everything. I mean, just how special was it to basically find a home here?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really know much about Hard Rock until I got here. To obviously being recruited in high school, um, but it holds a lot of memories. It holds a lot of blood, sweat, and tears from the University of Miami, and the best thing was being a part of that.
Luca, I saw you had your hand raised. Do you have a question?
Yeah, Cece. So I spoke to Anez just a few minutes ago about it, but you guys have really been able to kind of get every running back going at different points this year. You had Gerard get in for a score last week. So I mean, how big has that been for you guys now? It's 4 different backs that you've been able to throw in there, and you guys are able to be effective for them.
Yeah, I mean, all of our backers, they're all outstanding. They all have a unique specialty, and as part of the old lineman is to help them, uh, help them showcase that talent, showcase what they got. I mean, all of our running backs, I mean, they're all good. They're all ready to go, especially with our running back coach. I think he done a great job emphasizing run over somebody. That has been the main thing that I've been hearing in practice, and that's a tone setter right there. And it's a good mindset to have, and for the old offensive linemen, I just want to give them the best opportunity to showcase that talent.
Awesome. I don't see any more hands. Thanks, Francis.
Yep, thank you.